Hi Aries, my name is Tiana and welcome to my channel Inspired by Ease. We're just gonna jump right in. I hope everybody is maintaining high flying vibes during this time and that you all are well and safe and being safe, but still enjoying yourselves, getting out in the sun, all of that good stuff. So the energy theme for April 2020 for Aries is Merkaba, which is basically turning your dreams into reality. Letting your dreams in the non-physical hit the physical, but I will read it. And as you can see, we have pretty much all the colors. We have the heart chakra, the solar plexus, root chakra, definitely the throat chakra for creating and speaking. And we have a little bit of purple and blue and indigo and everything in there for the higher chakras. So yes, I'm going to read it. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to transverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. The Merkaba is basically used as a vehicle to go to wherever you want to go, and that includes go to the reality that you want to live in. And I feel like that is what we are doing on a collective for sure. Every action that we take from here on out is going to be a vote towards the kind of world that we want to live in. So we're definitely doing this on a mass consciousness level, but you, for specifically Aries, you're doing this also on a personal level as well. So where is it that you want to travel to? What kind of reality, what kind of parallel reality do you want to live and be in? And it's been said, or I've heard, that Merkaba is an energy, and we're going to evolve millions and millions of years from now, probably, into just pure light beings, and we'll be able to travel anywhere. We'll be able to teleport, basically, anywhere in space and time, or even beyond that. So yeah, this is all about focusing your energy and your thoughts and your actions towards the kind of reality that you want to live, Aries. So your animal totem is vulture. So this is really interesting because the vulture, this is again a personal symbol and a symbol for what we are doing on a global scale. Vultures are known to pick apart already, dead animals to prevent disease from spreading, basically. They are scavengers. And I often get, from this card, is that you're chewing on, digesting thoughts, ideas, maybe even difficult truths to come to. And I'm also often very guided towards the kind of a royal purple outline of the vulture. So yeah, I think this has to do with light and darkness coming together to create something new, rebirth. So you're kind of going at the end of the cycle until a new cycle is beginning, and that's totally the energy that we all are in. There are a lot of old cycles that are starting to come to an end for sure. New ideas are being born, definitely a period of darkness is starting to end. That is my personal belief. Definitely is not the end of the world, as some might believe or be acting. Anyway, there are new cycles that are starting, and the really cool thing, Aries, is that you have a vantage point that maybe not a lot of people in your life have, meaning that you have a very unique perspective with you sitting perched on this branch looking down at the situation, trying to digest it, absorb it, and maybe approach it in a more logical way, and to prevent disease, chaos, or dis-ease, conflict, that kind of thing from continuing. So I kind of feel like you're coming in more as a very logical, practical peacemaker here, and you're just trying to figure out the best strategy on how to approach this, whether this is issues on a global scale or just issues and problems that you have in your personal life. So now I'm going to jump to the fairies and see what else they have to say about this energy. Okay. So you got the Death card again. This has a lot to do with the vulture energy, and I was talking about endings and new beginnings, and so here we have an ending, so and a new beginning. Also, what I get off of this card, I often see it as a statue. So the new reality that is being birthed is going to be a lot more solid and secure and stable. Although there is some kind of hidden truth that I think that you need to come to in order to get to that more secure, solid reality. And I'm also being drawn to, I see this as a crystal ball that the statue is holding. But it's all dusty or covered in stone, and I think you're trying to figure out a way to possibly see something in a different way, or to get the level of clarity that you want on a situation. But there definitely is a theme of whatever kind of conflict or darkness that is going on. It's near its end of the cycle, and something new is being in the process of being reborn that is going to be a lot more stable and comforting and solid and really beautiful. So let's see what else we have. We have Las Guna, which is all about 3D changes. So, I mean, you could be traveling or moving, although I would find that highly doubtful in this time. But, absolutely, after all of this lifts, you could be very well traveling and doing all sorts of really cool things. The other thing that this card means is being in the present moment. Stillness, which is all what we're doing right now. Finding that stillness, coming back into harmony with ourselves, with other people, and with the planet. And maybe even diving deeper into a sense of more vulnerability and openness. The third meaning that this card has is sunken treasure. So what is it in your personal, physical, 3D life presently that there may be hidden treasures around you that, might help you during this time? Going through old family albums, maybe, I don't know, finding things that you can sell in your house. Little gifts, maybe even just the little gifts of the friendships that you have, the family connections that you have, the little magical moments of the sun shining through your window, it being a beautiful day outside, things like that. Finding the hidden magic, finding the hidden treasure. That is your homework this month, Aries. I just want you to see her face because she is just so beautiful, and I hope it's focusing. And there's a lot of, there's a child in the background laughing. So let your inner child come out and play, get dirty, be messy, all of that. And you know, during this time, it's totally natural if you are experiencing any kind of depression or sadness or having kind of things bubble up to the surface. Aries, it's totally natural. I've been having experiences like that, like you wouldn't believe. So, if I would not be surprised if others are like you are experiencing that as well. And so that's kind of what Lascuna was trying to say here, you know, find stillness, don't try to avoid these emotions. And of course, you know, we want to stay as high vibe as possible. But this is also a critical time for a release as well, which can be very healing. And so Lascuna is just trying to say and remind you to find stillness with these maybe uncomfortable emotions, and just to be present with this and presence, just being present with what you're feeling, even though it can be really difficult, can create so much healing. It's really incredible. You might want to look up the completion process as well, or maybe even work with a practitioner. But yeah, don't follow the doom and gloom or the fear or anything like that. You know, you want to stay positive and, you know, go about your life and in the ways that you can. But also, you know, give your time to be still and to let whatever is coming up right now to come up and to heal those things. We have Ilby the Retriever, which is all about expressing and being loyal to the deep inner pearl that's in your heart. The most deepest, purest desire and dream that you have in your heart, and expressing that and maybe even giving that to someone else or presenting it to someone else. But more so just expressing who you really are and what's in your heart, and being loyal to you, being loyal to your authenticity. And oh my god, I just love him. Yeah, just being open. And that's what's going to really heal this situation that you're looking down on. And I feel like you're coming more from this logical mindset, but what's gonna really do it, Aries, is if you come from the heart and presenting that pearl. I feel that it's gonna resonate with some of you out there. We also have Soulless, which is all about enlightenment, obviously. And this is your card, Aries, the sun. Big ball of fire in the sky, Aries. Yeah, just fire. You're a big ball of fire, Aries, and that's why we love you. This also represents the pause that we are all taking. This reading is so this can be applied on a global scale. So this is really amazing. As I was saying, Soulless represents the pause between the inhale and exhale. He represents the basically a state of non-physicality, the space between the spirit world and this 3D world, the physical world. And, you know, this is just all about you coming into your power, into who you fully are, which is fire. But it's very warm, and I'm not religious, but I often get Christ consciousness from this card, which is all about unconditional love and seeing things through the eyes of love and choosing love. I just see his eyes are just like crystal lakes to me. And this can also represent the divine masculine, which is what I feel is starting to rise. The divine masculine has never really truly been in power on this planet before in history, I feel. So, and that's starting to come, as well as the divine feminine. So, even if you're a female, you perhaps might be experiencing more divine masculine coming towards you, or that part of you, that aspect of you is starting to come into more alignment and harmony. So this is just a beautiful reading. I'm going to see if there's anything else that the fairies have to say. Ooh, wow, they have a lot to say. Okay, wow. Okay, so there is some kind of decision that needs to be made in your life currently, Aries. And I often see this one as the true, genuine one, usually your heart's desire, and this one might be, what you feel like society is telling you to do, what your family is telling you to do, maybe what you feel like you should do, what you feel obligated to do, what you feel, that kind of thing. But this is what you really want to do, what you feel called to do. So the decision might seem really hard and difficult, but if you just follow your heart and remain loyal, like LB Retriever, like we were talking about, and you come to this place of stillness, you will come to the correct answer that feels the best to you, that resonates most with you. So it's crunch time, Aries. A decision needs to be made. And I'm also getting pointed to that he's standing on this little fellow at the bottom. And so you might feel kind of wibbly wobbly here during this decision making process. But once you make the decision, a whole lot, it's just going to go a lot more security and solidity and stability is going to occur. Even with this vulture, with this branch, it's going like this, as it's looking down and trying to assess the situation. But as soon as it makes a situation, there's a lot more solidity and stability there. Even in flying, there's a lot more stability, a lot more control that a bird has when it's flying. So there might be a need for you to take a leap of faith here, perhaps. And just like I said, with once you make this decision, it's just going to solidify. We have the bodacious Bodak. He usually represents helpful fixing, and there might be a character in your life that represents that, someone who tries to help but ends up just messing things up. Tying your shoelaces together, that sort of thing. But actually what I am feeling is that something good and positive and solid is about to, or in the process of, falling in your lap. It's with the whole Merkaba energy, with traveling to the reality that you want. I get the feeling that it's like you're traveling to a home that's already set up, it's already furnished, it's already decorated, like it's good to go. Or a business that you just kind of like plug and play. Something that is it's just falling in your lap, or even just a relationship that's just like, hello, old friend. And then you're not really starting from the beginning and doing the whole normal thing. It's like you're just starting where you left off, even if this person you've never met before. So it can apply to you in all sorts of different ways, because there's many people watching. But yeah, there is this energy of just something just falling in your lap that's really good, and it's just already there for you. It's already set up. You don't really have to do anything. It's just like you suddenly walk into a whole new reality where, uh, yeah, it's just kind of like you wake up and you're suddenly in the house that you want, in the relationship you want, and now you're just living about your life. That's kind of like the feeling of it. Okay, we have the Singer of Transformation, and coincidentally, this is the jackpot card. So I don't know if there's a huge chunk of change that is on its way to you, or a really amazing relationship, or whatever, but you're about to hit the jackpot in some way, Aries. And again, we have a lot of fire. This is you bursting out. This is you being able to express the fullness of you, and your life and yourself personally being transformed on many different levels. And that it's very, we have the 11 up at the corner, so very synchronized. You're totally on your path, that sort of thing, everything lining up. So, yeah, this should, if you've been very confused about what decision to make because things are coming to an end and it might be a little bit, emotional and sad, but at the same time, there's so much more expansion and happiness and joy and peace and prosperity on the other side. That is very exciting. And you just need to take this time to be still. And find that what's in your heart, what you really, really want. And then once you make that decision, like it's just all going to like all fall into place. So I'm just going to get a few last cards, or just a card, just some advice for you for the month of April. So what advice does Spirit have for Aries for April 2020? Aries advice. Higher power, which is what we were totally talking about with Soulless. I think that you're needing to trust the higher power, put your faith in the higher power, maybe kind of surrender, trust yourself, trust your feelings, not so much maybe your mind. And maybe pray to your spirit guides, your angels, for some help. And once you will have peace, you will come to the decision and you will feel peaceful knowing that it is the right one because it feels the best and is most harmonious with you. And also, we have the number 4 up at the top. And so again, that is denoting stability, solidity, security, all of that. I want to get one more. You got by the book. So I'm wondering if the indecision, perhaps, in making a decision is maybe that you feel that you have to go by the book, you have to go by the rules of society or your family or religion or something. Where that's causing the hiccups and the struggle in making this decision, because your heart and everything of who you are is pulling you in this way, but there's some kind of mental limitation that you're placing, or maybe even some kind of wrongness or badness. Like if you followed your heart and did this, it would be bad in some way or painful. Perhaps some of you are judging you for something, maybe that you were taught was bad. So there's a new perspective that you're needing to have on what you're feeling called to do. For some of you, this is just about you coming into more authenticity, you just being who you are. And maybe some of you have been conditioned by your family and society that who you are is bad and wrong or inappropriate, which is not true at all. Who you genuinely are is just perfect and beautiful and wonderful. So yeah, I think that there are some maybe judgments or something that needs to be released so you can have that peace of being yourself and surrounding yourself with people who do accept you and approve of you and love you. And kick those people out that are saying not so nice things, or at least setting some kind of boundary up to keep yourself safe and protected. So I hope that this message reached you at the perfect time and was of great value to you and gave you validation in what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're experiencing, and was just the perfect message for you. And if not, then there's all sorts of other videos. You can check out your moon and rising sign, all of that. And yeah, like I always say, you are so, so loved. Always be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and you are never, ever, ever alone. Big kiss. Take care. Be safe. Bye.